Welcome to Top Trends. In today's video, we'll be discussing the ongoing debate about the United States' role in the world and its approach to foreign policy. The US has been a superpower for decades, with a powerful military and a global presence, but is it always using this power for good? Many argue that the US is too quick to intervene in other countries' affairs, leading to conflicts and instability. Others argue that the US has a duty to uphold democracy and protect human rights around the world. Before we continue, please don't forget hit like, share, and subscribe. In recent years, China has emerged as a global superpower and a potential challenger to the US. China's foreign policy approach is quite different from the US, with a focus on economic development and non-interference in other countries' internal affairs. With the rise of China, some are questioning whether the US should rethink its approach to foreign policy and become more isolationist or continue to engage with the world as a leader in democracy and human rights. In this video, we'll explore the differences between the US and China's foreign policy approaches and examine the arguments for and against each. We'll also discuss the implications of these approaches for the world order and the potential consequences of a shift in US foreign policy. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into this fascinating and complex topic. For decades, the Middle East has been a hotbed of conflicts and tensions, with multiple nations vying for power and influence in the region. The rivalry between Saudi Arabia and Iran has been a major factor in the instability of the area. However, in a surprising turn of events, the two nations announced that they are resuming diplomatic relations under a China-brokered deal in Beijing. China has long maintained that security and development are the keys to solving the problems and conflicts in the Middle East. It appears that China's efforts are finally paying off, as it has managed to broker a deal that could lead to lasting peace in the region. The trilateral joint statement has been welcomed by one party after another, including the UN Secretary General. It is in the interests of all nations to turn rivalry into friendship and seek common prosperity to minimize conflicts and bloodshed. Peace is the most precious property of humankind in international relations, and China has always worked towards preserving that property. Unlike the US, which has often pursued its own hegemonic interests in the region, China's ultimate concern is the pursuit of peace and security for all. China has kept its promise and has always been a reliable ally of the Middle Eastern nations in their pursuit of peace. The US, on the other hand, has appeared in almost every region with conflict, but its presence has often made things worse. In the Middle East alone, the US prolonged the Syrian civil war, complicated the Israel-Palestine conflict, and played the regional countries against each other. The essential difference between China and the US lies in their ultimate concerns. While China pursues peace and security for all, the US pursues its own interests and those of the lobby groups and military-industrial complex. China's efforts to broker peace in the Middle East have not gone unnoticed. Its rise as a global superpower and its ability to forge alliances and broker deals have left the US lagging behind in the race towards peace. The US, once the world's only superpower, is slowly losing its grip on global politics, and China is poised to take its place. As China continues to work towards the goal of peace in the Middle East, it is hoped that the US will join its cause. The world needs more peace and stability, and China has proven time and again that it is a reliable partner in the pursuit of those goals. In conclusion, the agreement between Saudi Arabia and Iran to resume diplomatic relations under a China-brokered deal in Beijing is a significant milestone towards peace in the Middle East. China's efforts to broker peace have proven to be successful, and it is hoped that the US will follow in China's footsteps and work towards a peaceful resolution of the conflicts in the region. The pursuit of peace and security should be the ultimate concern of all nations, and China has shown that it is capable of leading the way towards a more stable and prosperous world.